Welcome to H2K Infosys. H2K Infosys is a e-verify business based in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. We provide 100% job-oriented, instructor-led, face-to-face, true live online software training programs. It also includes access to cloud test lab with software tools. We provide live project for you to work on. We also provide assistance with mock interviews, resume preparation and review, and job placement assistance. H2K Infosys is trusted by so many students across the world. H2K Infosys provides world-class services in IT training with real-time project work for corporates and individuals, special IT training for MS students in the United States, software design, development, QA manual and automation, performance testing and maintenance, IT staff augmentation, job placement assistance, and tech support.
Print dimensions, or let us call the parameterized constructor 1, 2, 3. And after that, I'm calling print dimensions. You can see that it has called the static block initialization, parameter constructor call completed, and it has printed the values depth, height, and width. Did we write the box code within our test project? No, this was already provided by our March core project, and the class file was available. You can still see the class files. You can see that. You can just expand that. You can see all the .class files. This is the .class representation. So whatever that we are doing here at this level, setting the -class path option when we are trying to compile some other files, either box client or any other kind of. In the same way, you just need to specify, like specifying the jar files within your build path, and Eclipse will make use of that during the program execution, and it will use that during the compilation time, and it will also use for the execution time as well. So this is how you are supposed to import the jar file, and I guess there is one step within your MySQL installation to import the MySQL connector jar file. So this is how you are supposed to specify. Go to build path and go to configure build path, and you need to specify at this location. Try to create a jar file for our com.collection package and execute the collection classes with respect to command prompt by setting the class path to the jar file. The next one is string versus string buffer. String, you guys already know string is nothing but a group of characters. String buffer, this is also just like a string only. Let us take an example for string itself first. Let us create a string str equal to data. Let us create one more string str equal to new string of information. You can see that the string constructor, here I'm using the string constructor which accepts a group of characters, and for the first statement I'm not at all using new operator, I'm directly assigning the data to the str. In normal cases, string itself is a class, that means a separate class data type, which means it should be constructed by using a new operator only. But string is an exception case, because string, almost all programs will make use of that, and Java has suggested that it's not required for you to create like this, and you can directly assign the group of character and Java will create a string object. The difference between these two, let us draw a diagram for our JVM. Whenever you have created any string, the string reference, this is the string reference and this is the string object. Whenever you have created any string object, it will be placed in a separate memory which is called as string pool. So the string pool will consist of several string values, several string objects like this. Even if you have created the string from different programs as well, that doesn't matter. Whenever you have created a string, it will be placed inside the string pool, but not at your stack or heap memory level. This is the first statement. But when you have created a string by using new operation, it will create the string at two levels. The first one is at string pool level, and the second one is your normal memory level, just like your heap memory or stack memory level. So let us say this is your normal string buffer example object. And that means this information will get created at this level as well, and this will also get created within your string constant level as well. That is the difference between going for directly assignment and going for new string operation. Currently, to identify the difference between string and string buffer, the main difference between string and string buffer is strings are immutable. Immutable, which means once you have assigned the data, we can't change. Once we have assigned the data to any string reference, we can't change the string value. We'll see what is meant by exactly about that. A string builder, it's also same as that of string buffer. The only difference between these two is one consists of synchronized methods and one won't consist of synchronized methods. Both exactly works consists of same methods. No, Vijay, it's not possible as of now. Please continue until 9:45. I'll be going to close the session at 9:45. Let us say you have assigned one more string value info to this. Let us go and print the value of string. Plus str, and here I'm printing before changing. String value before changing, which is data, and string value after changing, which is info. But what we have mentioned here, once we have assigned the data to any string reference, any string, we can change the value of that particular object. But here, if you take a look at the execution, it's quite opposite. We are able to change the data and we are able to get a new value to our string reference. Here, str data, let us go back to our JVM. Let us assume that this is our string pool. Forget about this one. So here you have created a string called data first. So when you have assigned str equal to data, it will create a data string within our string pool, and it will create a reference which is str, which will be pointing to this level. Once after that, what you are doing, you are assigning one more string object to str. So that means whatever that you have assigned, so in normal cases, like when you have declared integer a equal to 10 and integer b equal to 20, a equal to 30 you have mentioned, let us say integer a equal to 30. So that means it will change the data at the same level and it will replace the data from 10 to 30. But when you go for strings, the strings are immutable, which means it won't change the existing content. So that means whatever the string that got created within your string pool, that won't be changed, and it will simply create one more string within your string pool, and it will remove the reference and it will point the reference to this. When you have allocated like this, when you have assigned str is equal to info, at this time it won't destroy or it won't change the existing content. It will create a separate string within your memory or within your string pool, and it will point the reference from str to the newly created string object, and this will be just like an orphan now. Now when you say str1 equal to data, at this time it's only for strings. When you say str1 equal to data, at first Java will verify whether the constant data was available within the string pool or not. This will be done for the first time also, but we are explaining with respect to str1. So in this case, the data was already available within our string pool, then Java won't create a new string object within the string pool, and it will just make use of the str1 reference pointing to this data. If at all, if there are no references, it will be just like a constant that is available within your string pool, and there is no one who is referring to the data string. When you call str1 dot uppercase, let me explain with one more example. Let us take one more string, str data equal to Steven. So here I have mentioned everything with capital letters. I am calling data dot to lowercase method. two lowercase method, and once after that I'm again printing value of data in lowercase. String data in lowercase, I'm calling data.to lowercase method. You can see that it has printed the data in terms of lowercase, and again I'm calling the data method. You can see that it has still printed the value as Stephen only, which is within in capital letters. So whatever the operation that you have performed at this level, you can see that while executing, it has printed the updated value or the changed value to Stephen within lower cases. What happened was when you have called data.lowercase, it has created a new string object which is Stephen, but you didn't assign the reference back to, you didn't assign the created string back to any reference variable. It was just created within your string pool, and it was not at all assigned to any reference variable. And whatever the reference that it is pointed by the data, it was still holding to the same variable. So whenever you are working on strings, whenever you are executing any methods on string, it is your responsibility to take the data back to any kind of string reference variable, or else whatever the changes that you made, they won't be affected back to the variable reference. It will create a string object in the memory, but it won't be assigned to any reference variable. On the contrary, string buffers, they are mutable objects. String buffer, it is a class you are supposed to create by using new operator, and you can call a method append. You can see that append is an overloaded method. You can call append method and append the data. Here you can see that I am appending Stephen. Let us append one more thing, sp.append of last name. When you try to print now, and you try to print the string buffer, you can see that you are able to get the updated value Stephen Lee. I have given a space here, so the first Stephen was there, and after that Lee got added. And here I'm not taking back to the SP string buffer. The reason for that is string buffer is mutable object, which means it will only work on the same data each and every time. So that's the reason it's not required to take the data back to the string buffer. SP also consists of two string method, which will provide you the data in terms of string representation. There is one another class which is string builder. This is also used just like the replacement for string objects. The difference between string buffer and string builder, see, both works in the same way, both consist of same methods, but one of them consists of synchronized methods and one won't consist of synchronized methods. If at all, if it is not a synchronized method, that means those are not thread safe, but the advantage with those methods, non-synchronized methods, is they are fast because it's not required for them to wait between the threads. So you guys are supposed to identify which one is thread safe and which one is not thread safe.
Chris? Here when you say SB, is equal to Stephen.
SB equal to Stephen.
Sorry, sorry. SB dot append is Stephen, you said, right?
Okay.
SB was null, right?
Sorry?
Initially, SB was null.
Yes, this level?
Yeah.
So here I have created a new string buffer, so it won't be null. It will be pointing to a memory reference because I have specified a new string buffer. When I print at this level, you can see that there is an empty string that was available within SB. See, this is just like creation of an object. It won't consist of a null reference once you have assigned a memory, right?
Mm-hmm. So you mean to say once you append Lee to Stephen, so Stephen doesn't exist anymore?
Can you repeat?
Once you append Lee to Stephen, after that second statement, yes, after that, Stephen doesn't exist anymore at all, right?
See, this is just like a string. So that means at first, JVM will create a string object, which is Stephen in the memory and also Lee in the memory.
Okay.
Right? So these are just like a string object. Even though if you are directly passing, it's like creating a string object in the memory. But here, it will also create a string buffer in the memory because string buffer itself is an object. It will get its own memory, and the data, whenever it is working, it will be going to work on the same memory reference for SB. Here we are talking about only SB, but not these string levels. Ultimately, this will create 3 memory references. The first one is SB, and the next one is within your string pool. It will create 2 strings now, and at the end of this statement, it will create one more string, which is Stephen Lee.
So there are 2 which are ready for what do you call?
These are just like orphans in the memory now.
Okay.
See, even though if you are passing the data, these are normally string values, string objects.
Krish, Soumya here, Krish. Krish, why is that the anything for a string is converted is actually created in the string pool and in the heap memory? Why is it created in two places? Is there any reasoning for that?
Normally, when you say string str equal to data, the first thing is it will place the data within your string pool. For strings, Java has allocated a separate memory itself. Okay. And when you say new string, so what you are expecting is you want a separate object to be created. So separate object means it was supposed to allocate the memory for the object. That's the reason it will create a separate object at the heap level, and ultimately it will place the string at your string pool level also. That will be the internal architecture of JVM.
Okay, Krish.
Yep. There is one another class which is string tokenizer. String tokenizer, which will be used to divide your string object in tokens format. Or you can say you can split your string based on a token. So let us say you have constructed a string like EMP or Yeah, EMP hyphen ID hyphen salary hyphen designation. Let us say you have received this kind of information from your client request, and you know that the token is hyphen here. So it's not required for you to go for string object, string obj equal to take this entire string and apply the operations like obj dot index of, find the first index of this one, and then get the substring from that. Get the substring from that by specifying the location. So it's not required for you to divide the data in terms of tokens. So ultimately we are interested only about each and every string value before the token. We want EMP, ID, salary, and designation. So instead of you doing all this stuff, Java will do that for you. Java will do based on a class string tokenizer, and if you just make use of the string tokenizer and specify what is the string that you want to parse and what is the name of the token or what is the token that you want to use to parse the string. If you specify those things, Java will provide you directly provide you the individual strings.
So, Krish, I have a quick question for you. So the return value for a string tokenizer is an array of strings. Is that correct?
Yeah, we'll take a look at that.
Okay, thank you.
String tokenizer st equal to let me change the name of our example. So you can see that the string tokenizer has several constructors, and I can make use of this overloaded constructor which accepts a string along with a delimiter. The delimiter itself is a string. So let us say I'll create one more string, str equal to employee name is Chris, hyphen, ID is 10, hyphen, designation is lead, hyphen, salary will be 10.20. And the delimiter, we know that the delimiter is hyphen. You can change the delimiter at any time based on your requirement. So once you have created string tokenizer, let us verify the methods in that. You can see that count tokens method was there, has more tokens, next element, next token. The next token or next element method, if at all, if there is no next element or next token, it will throw an exception. So that means you are supposed to verify if there are more tokens or not, and then only you are supposed to retrieve each and every token from that or each and every element from that. So just like how we have used next has next method within our iterator, and then we have verified the next element from our collection, this is also just like the same way.
So many of our students have given testimonials on how our training programs are. You will find them on kudzu.com and on our website H2KInfosys.com. On our website H2KInfosys.com, you will also find more detailed information on who we are, the courses that we offer, what each course covers. Also, if you're interested in a demo program, please register on our homepage on the left-hand side. Just give us more information about yourself and we will send you a link for a demo class. The demo class is absolutely free. Experience our commitment by just attending an orientation workshop at no cost. Our team of faculty and advisors are here to guide you with the right information. If you still have more questions, please feel free to call us. Call us at 770-777-1269. This is a United States number. If you're calling from the UK, call us at 020-337-17615. You can also email us at training@h2kinfosys.com or h2kinfosys@gmail.com. Thank you for watching our videos. We wish you a great career in information technology.